My name is Jennifer Irvin, and I'm an Associate Professor of Chemistry and Biochemistry at Texas State University, and I am a SURE mentor. We think that if you're going to be a scientist, you really need to start learning about science early on. So you don't want to graduate with your degree in chemistry before you go out and get your first job as a chemist. We want to get you in the lab as soon as possible, and that could be as early as your freshman year, maybe your sophomore. But Texas State is really great in that anybody who wants that opportunity can come and work in a research lab and learn what it's like to be a scientist.
They usually have you working on a project with either a grad student or other undergrad students to come up with either a protocol, design experiments, carry out the experiments, and then afterwards analyze and interpret your data together.
SURE is the STEM undergraduate research experience, and as a mentor I get to work with students that we have brought into the program and teach them research and teach them about chemistry and some professional development skills as well.
I am from Mexico. I was born here but raised there. My mom was working at a factory. She just couldn't raise me and my two stepsisters. So I began working and I left school aside. But I realized that I could do more than that. The SURE program is a paid research program for undergraduate or first generation students. When there's no support, I cannot just be involved in many activities because I gotta keep working and I gotta keep surviving. But this program has provided me with the financial needs to pay for my expenses and at the same time gain experience to be the scientist that I dream of.
I love working with students and having them apply what they learned in the classroom and in the lab in classes for them to be able to troubleshoot any kind of problems and then be able to see how science is actually done. The demographics of Hispanics and African Americans in science and engineering is pretty dismal. And when you compare that to the population, in the whole United States, we're looking at a sizable population that are underrepresented minorities. And so you begin to ask yourself, why is this happening and how can we change it? By training and mentoring students from underrepresented backgrounds to get them to higher degrees and to better jobs. By doing that, we are helping not just those students, but ideally also their families and their future children to also start coming in this pathway.
By the end of the summer, these students are presenting, they're giving an oral presentation as well as a poster presentation. They're interacting with other students, with other faculty, with graduate students. We're trying to give them the skills so that they can, in fact, see themselves as scientists.
Seeing all the diversity and being able to relate to people that look like me and that sometimes speak the same language is really important for my school experience.
Especially when it comes to being a researcher in science, especially in chemistry or biochemistry. Before coming into this, I felt like there wasn't a lot of representation, especially of minorities and Latina females. And coming into here and even seeing between labs, people from different backgrounds, different levels of undergrad, it makes you feel more comfortable and more welcoming. And especially you get to meet so many professors, the people you work with, and even the friends you make between labs. Even when I was really homesick and I was really wanting to go home and see my mom and my family, I knew that this was where I was meant to be.